Yeah, something a little different. Actually, really kind of spontaneous. So this is a pair of Magnanni sneakers that are mine. And I guess the nice thing about doing patina is that I can, on a whim, decide that I want to play around with some of my own shoes. So these are just a little bit worn. They're just kind of pale along the toe, along the heel. So I think I'm going to keep them gray, but just want to do something a little bit different with them. We'll see what happens when we hit these up with some acetone. Since they're already light, and I am going to keep them in that kind of gray family. This does not have to be a perfect strip, but we do need to remove any kind of surface coatings if there's any kind of wax or anything, either from somebody adding it or from the factory. Got to remove that so the dye will penetrate. So again, not trying to remove all of the coloration and make these things super pale. I don't think it's necessary. Really just trying to remove any surface coat. You'll notice, I noticed, not much color coming off these at all, so they were pretty light to begin with. The tongue here is the darkest area. I bet a little bit of color might come off of it. Then again, maybe not too much will come there either. Here I've got the shoes stripped, and I'm going to start adding some patina to them. I'm using a diluted dye, so this is black 5-inch dye, and I mixed 50-50 dye with just rubbing alcohol that you get, from the store, convenience store. And so this keeps it a little bit lighter because I'm going for more of a gray instead of a true black. And as you'll see, it works out pretty well. Here I've switched to pure black from 5-inch, but you'll notice that I still use a very dry brush. My favorite technique is to just shake the bottle and to use just whatever dye is splashed up into the cap to avoid getting the brush too saturated and getting things too dark. But even with doing this, I'll tend to wipe the brush off first as well. So I have finished up the dye work on these. So I wanted to create kind of a streaked patina on them. So I'm pretty happy with the way this turned out. So now really just looking to recondition the leather with some Bic 4 conditioning lotion. I like this, one of the best for patina work because it's very gentle and it does not tend to remove a lot of the color. So I'm just going to rub a little bit of this on there. Just because I had dried out the leather, stripping it some, and then the alcohol-based dye itself tends to dry the leather a little bit. So you can see not a whole lot is coming off here, which is good. I would say these are ready to go. So laced them up, reconditioned the leather, and just gave them a quick brushing. But again, it was just the kind of a streaked patina that I was going for with these. Add a little bit more shading kind of along here in a few areas, darkened up the toe a little bit. So really wasn't looking to do a color change, pretty much kept the color the same, just enhanced it a bit. But overall, yeah, really happy with how these turned out. Definitely think they look better than they did, so kind of looking like new. Got the Magnannis back on the street. Hope you enjoyed this project. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share.